Alright, so what we'll be needing for this particular project is these cabochons. They're just, you can find them at most craft stores. I got mine through Wish online. They were very cheap. You can do the smaller ones. I'm going to do the bigger one just for ease of seeing what we're doing. These little ones work alright too. I've used them lots. The only thing I would say about the cabochons is don't get the ones with the pearl glaze. The pearl glaze tends to create too much of a reflection and you can't see the detail in the eye. Then you'll need 6 or 7 different nail polishes in a group. I have nothing special nail polishes. Some of them are dollar store, some I just had on hand. The only color you have to have is the black for the pupil. With your nail polishes, I tend to like the ones, I hope you can see there's some sparkle in there. I like the way that effect looks, but I do have some without sparkle. And so because I'm doing a dragon eye, I'm going to go with the oranges and reds and yellows. But you can use any color. I've done them green, blue, all different colors. So whatever color you like. You'll need just a plain old pin. You don't have to have this. I like it and I'll show you why later. This is just one of those bamboo skewers. You get a whole big package of them for $1 at the dollar store. Some paper towel just for wiping our pin off, just some nail polish remover and a Q-tip to clean up any messes we make, and then just protect your surface. I've just got wax paper down to protect mine. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the pupil. And so I'm just going to take my skewer. I just like the effect that it gives. Oh, got something on the end there. Just dip it in. I'm going to put the pointy end to the top and just lay it down. And then I'm going to do the same thing the other way. It's a little bit more on this end. So you're just to give you that line, and then I'm just going to use my paper towel to wipe it off. Then you're going to take your pin and just start putting striations through it. So we're just going to put some lines going both ways. And if you don't like the way it looks, or it's too thick, or you don't want it that way, just a little nail polish remover will be great, and we'll fix that right up. Also, if you get some on the other side, I always do. There's not much chance of not getting some on the other side, but yeah, just clean it up when you're done with the nail polish remover, and it will be all good. So we're just going to keep doing that. If you start to get a bit thick on the end of your pin, just wipe her off on the paper towel there, and just keep doing that until you've got an effect you like. And we'll turn it over here in a minute and just see how that's looking. So if we could turn it over, that's kind of what we've got. I did want this one a bit thicker. I'm just trying a new way of doing it. Most of mine are a bit thinner, as I'll show you in a minute. So I'm going to leave that. I'm quite happy. Now if you have taken so much nail polish off that there's empty spots in the pupil, you do want to go back and fill those in. But this is the only one you're going to need to let dry fully before you start applying the other colors. So I've gone ahead and got one ready here while that one dries. So I was saying with the cabochon that sometimes I like it a bit thinner, so that's this one here. And you can see I've let some sort of bleed over, and I'm good with that. Now, because I am doing the dragon's eye, the next color is the only one that it really matters what order you put them in. I want the eye to be mostly gold. So you're going to start with the color that you primarily want the eye to be. So I'm going to go with this gold. This gold does have some sparkle. And I am just going to paint it on the whole back of the cabochon. And it doesn't have to be too thick because you're going to layer it and it will become quite thick. So I'll leave that one over there now. Oh, I better put the lid back on here. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to take our pin, make sure the black has been wiped off. We're just going to go ahead and put some striations through it. Now as you do this, you will find that it builds up a little bit on the end of the pin. I let it do it for a while so I get some bigger lines and some smaller lines, and then I'll wipe it off. Now, as I said, for the rest of this, you do not need to let it dry between coats. In fact, it kind of works better if you don't. I found I did try it the other way and I wasn't as happy with the effect. And there is no sort of right or wrong way, or if you just want, I've seen somewhere they just do the striations right near the pupil and let the color fill in the rest. So just play around with it and see what you like, what the effect you're happy with. So you can see, and that's sort of what it looks like on the other side here. I'm just going to wipe my pin off again. Now I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go with the red on this one. Again, this one has some sparkle to it, but I am going to add some that don't. So I'm not letting it dry between. And with the red, I'm not going to put it over the whole thing this time. I'm just going to do spots of red. You can wear gloves with this. I was, but I found I kept dropping it and making a mess, so I didn't, but you're very welcome to do that, of course. And then we're just going to put the striations through again. I haven't done one yet, but maybe that'll be an upcoming tutorial, but I've seen where they've just taken the eye, put a backing on it, and made it a keychain, or I've seen them on the tops of bottles for candles, and that's kind of a neat look too. Okay, so now we've got that bit done. So again, I'll turn it over so you can see it. Now I'm going to go with the orange, and the orange does not have any sparkle. It's just a sort of a neon orange. And I'm going to go over most of this one. And yeah, as I said, you can use any nail polish that you have on hand. Try different colors, experiment with them. Just doing the striations again through. And I like to use no less than 3 colors, 6 or 7 I've even used. I've added spots of blue in a yellow eye just to give it a little something different. I'm going to wipe my pin off there. And that's where we're at now. I'm going to go ahead and put the gold on again. I'm going to cover the entire back. Often too, I'll do a few at a time. With the pupil, letting the pupil dry, it can take, it depends on the nail polish and how your weather, how hot or cold it is too, actually makes a difference. But it usually takes a good 10-15 minutes before it's dry. So I usually, I'm sitting one night and I'll do a bunch of the pupils so that when I'm ready to start making the eyes, I don't have to wait. And I'll just kind of get them all done up ahead of time. And you can, if you're not sure what it's looking like, feel free to flip it over, see how it's looking if you like the effect. You can always add or remove with the nail polish remover if you're not happy with it. I think that's working for me here. I'm going to go ahead and put the neon yellow on. There we go. And you can see that it's starting to get quite a layer on there. It's getting quite thick. So when you are done this, you do need to let it dry completely before you put it on your project. And that can take a good half an hour sometimes, depending on how many layers you have on there. But you do want it to be dry. I know for some projects I have put a clear coat on the back. I don't always do that, just depends what I'm doing with it. And I think we'll put one more coat of the orange on. As you can see, yes, my hands are getting mucky, but well, nail polish remover, you're good. We're just going to keep doing that all the way through. And you can go in different directions too. I kind of just randomly go. You can see it's kind of building up on the end of my pin, and that's okay. It gives me just some bigger lines. And then I can wipe her off when I want the fine lines again. Not difficult at all to make these eyes, and they're quite effective. Alright, so that's where we're at now. I think I'm going to do one more red coat on the back. And you can see it is getting quite thick and runny and mucky, and that's just fine. One more time. And sometimes, depending on how thick I've gotten it or how many layers I've done, when I put the final coat on, I won't put the striations through it. I'll just leave it there. This one, because it is quite thick, it's going to fill in those lines just as the liquid will. So I'm not going to worry about putting that final coat on without putting the striations, because as you can see, as soon as I do the line, they just fill right in, and that's just good. Alright, so that's how our eye looks. That's the final sort of thing. I hope it's a good view there for you. So now I'm just going to turn it upside down, let it dry for a good half an hour anyway before we put it onto our project. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, this is my first one, so if there's anything I should be doing or you can't see it or hear me, please leave a comment below and I will do my best to improve as we go. The next tutorial will be actually putting it on the dragon box, so just getting it on there with the ridges around the eyes. That will be the next tutorial, and I should have that for you soon. Thanks so much for watching.